Videos, good sir. Oh, thank you very much. Can you hear me? Or am I just nuts? Turned it down to about this is about 25%. How is this? Because I can imagine it's probably still a little too loud. Let's go even lower, actually. Strong, can you hear me? I'm a little quiet. Balls. Here. Okay, how about that? Is that better? The bars show that I'm fairly loud, so I would assume I'm doing better. Adrian, thank you for joining. Sounds better? Alright. Possibly. Like I said, this is very impromptu, so I'm like literally just winging this. I didn't spend any real time trying to figure out how to do any of this. uh, where is... Sometimes sound is imbalanced in headphones. Is this Streamlabs? I've been... no, this is XSplit. I used to use XSplit way back when I was streaming, but it's been so long, and I had to, I had to wait for an update. Like, I don't even remember how to get this damn oh wait, is that it? There we go, finally. Okay. I don't know how to get this damn live stream going, unfortunately, which is driving me nuts. Glad to see me playing. Well, thank you very much for joining, and thank you for the subscription. I did not think that this review of Nocturne was actually going to take off as well as it did, and then I like woke up this morning and I was just like, oh, look at that. That's a wee bit more than I thought it was going to be. So, yeah, it's just a big old heartfelt thank you from me to like everyone who joined. Over 150 subscribers. Bright side, now I don't have to suck on the end of a shotgun. Be like, look, I'm doing something. Uninhibition, thank you for joining. I had the problem of tons of audio recording before the visual editing of videos is done. Yeah. Yep, know that problem. You love this song? Absolutely. For as much as I might love Portrait of Ruin, I think Symphony by far has the best music in the franchise. So what did y'all think of the video? Besides, obviously, enough to subscribe, which I appreciate immensely. I don't think I'm going to be anything more than thankful tonight. Takes courage to speak the truth, absolutely. I didn't think it was going to receive as much hatred as it did, but man, that was That was a lot more than I thought it was going to get initially. And of course, almost every argument is absolutely stupid, too.
Die, monster! You don't belong in this world.
It was not by my hand that I'm once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
It would have been amazing if they had this kind of voice acting.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. How about you?
Well, and woke morons who have flooded the entertainment industry. Absolutely agreed. Absolutely agreed. There's... I think the biggest problem is that it's just too focused on money and politics. I gave it about 3.5 minutes of minimal spoilers and gave pacing as the main issue along with unclear plot. Oh, yeah, no, I absolutely agree. It's like it doesn't quite focus on what it wants to do. Like, do we want to focus on Annette being the main character, or do we want Richter and Maria to be? Like that first episode sets the tone for something very different. Before Edouard and Annette come in and save them, of course. Appreciate your videos, because if I get a whiff of modern day messaging, I walk out of any movie, video game, or TV, or don't bother with it. Understood. Uh-oh. Quick, save me, 12-year-old.
No, it cannot be.
If the second half of Nocturne does not have something similar to this ending, I'm going to shit a brick. Avatar: The Last Airbender was a series with a goal. Ever since then, they've tried to achieve something, and others have tried to not quite the same effect. I don't even know if they're trying to necessarily have the same goal. It's just that they're not... It's like they're just doing shit to do shit. They're just... The obvious goal is financial, or at the very least, I should say short term, is financial and political. Because if there was a long term, like, trying to make something special out of this, they would have taken the extra step to try and do it. They would have been more respectful to the source material. They would have tried to they would have actually tried to make and plan for a long-term franchise, because like even something like Castlevania 1 could easily have been stretched out into a short series. You know, something like Riddick. Riddick would have been a really cool way to do it, because you don't need anybody else. It's a straightforward fucking story. Just have him going through and, you know, saving people. That's all that, or not even saving people, just destroying everything room by room. That's all they needed to do, but they didn't. You know, they didn't do anything. It's aggravating. Just very, very aggravating, because it's always the same crap. having fun with another YouTuber making our own fan videos of Castlevania, characters talking in conversations. It's fan fiction, but we had to play through games and to read to... I hate that that fucking heart is there. I can't see. Oh, look at Adrian. It's you. The part confused me about how old Maria was in the show. They used the design associated with her being 12 in Dracula X Chronicles. I went through and read somewhere that she's actually supposed to be 19 now instead of 17, like post Symphony. And that's why I stated she was 19. I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong. She's actually just 12. But as far as I know from what I read, she's supposed to be 19. God, this is a casual stream and I'm not supposed to be doing this kind of shit. There was no character development at all. It was just backstories and people randomly getting overpowered or powered up. Especially Annette, they gave her a whole T'Challa episode. Her speaking to her ancestors. Yes, that was something that... Perhaps this is a failure on my end, but I did not actually express my... I did not properly express all of her ancestry. Apparently, I got caught up thinking about so many different things because there's that conversation where Edouard talks about her ancestry linking to a god of divinity as well when they're on their way to the Marquis. I totally spaced that conversation. I was caught up doing everything else. And I went back and I was watching one of the episodes and I was like, fuck, I can't, I'm just, it's too late. I'll just deal with it. I missed it. Nah, I'm bad. Nah, they wouldn't want to have a 12-year-old, but that design is associated with her being 12 in the games. Yes, yes, absolutely. Nailed it. First try. Feels like they are pushing Maria and Alucard and putting new Annette with Richter. I really hope she's 19 then, if that's the case. It'd be really shitty if Alucard's just like, huh, well, I was diddled by children before. Let's go with this. Yeah, a lot of people were not happy about that scene, and I don't blame you for being pegged, Adrian. um, you know, what did everyone here think of Alucard's new design? I thought it was a little ghostly, a little white, like unnecessarily. Like his skin, his hair, like everything. He got a total total gray makeover. It's a step down. Agreed. I think I wonder if he was ever supposed to appear in the series. Outfit in Symphony of the Night wasn't even as bad as half the vampire characters in terms of revealing. Yeah, yeah. I don't know why. I don't know why they did with Drolta what they did, because it just seems like she's only there because of like deviant art and whatnot. Wondering if they were inspired by Iga's art book design. Maybe. Probably. I don't know. Like everything that Igarashi did was so revolutionary for Castlevania. I can't imagine they wouldn't, at least from an artistic perspective, want to try to emulate and replicate it. I don't know. I don't know. The Richter design is based on the Chronicles. So I don't know, like, obviously there were some inspirations, but they just couldn't stick with it because you look at the writing and everything, it's just damn awful. Iga is he brought back the exploration style from the old Castlevania game, Vampire Killer for MSX. MSX. I'm not familiar with it actually. Did I feel bad about Juiced being in this? I'm not happy about what they did with Juiced. Like, Maxim and Liddy dying is unfortunate, but, like, it doesn't actually serve the overall story. That's the problem. Because the only reason Juiced was included was to basically just shit in everyone's soup. You know, it's over. Anakin, vampires have the high ground. Like, that's what they did with Juice. They turned him into just, you know, Luke Skywalker and a meme. Oh, Jake Belmont from State Farm. Alucard, Alucard. Yeah, I really do wish that they did something different with Just. It was nice to see Just because he's only in the one game. He's definitely there we go. He does not have the same kind of support and love from the other Belmonts do. About how he got the bad ending. Oh, yeah, you know, that is something else I did realize that they basically canonized the bad ending. But they also did it in a different way too, but I don't know, like I don't know, you call me old school, but heroes are supposed to be uplifting and supportive and helpful and, you know, give wisdom, things of that nature, and for Just to, you know, for them to canonize the bad ending and basically just totally waste the voice actor. I can't remember his name. He's in so many things. He was the doctor in like Resident Evil. I don't know. It's just really aggravating. There's like nothing about it that I actually gave a shit about. God, if a decent studio was writing the Castlevania show, they could have straight up long series touching each of the eras, Castlevania. I'd love to see Selma Cruz anime. Yeah, they absolutely could have done something, but they didn't. But they screwed this up from the beginning. I mentioned this, I think I mentioned this in a reply to someone on, oh, damn, knuckle. I think I replied to someone in basically the same way. They should have just gone straight to the beginning and started with Leon. And I know some people were like, they should have just skipped Simon. It's like, yeah, fine. If you want to skip Simon, that's okay, but it should have started with the beginning. I don't know why, I don't know why everyone sleeps on Leon. It drives me nuts. Congrats on your first stream. Thank you very much. And welcome, Mark. Thank you for joining. Actually, for a Disney movie, from a Disney movie in '97, the year Symphony came out. Oh, nice. A hero is measured by the heart. Oh, well, that's a good line. Creation of Dracula would have been cool to look into. Leon is the first Belmont who swore the oath. Yes. As the darkness that his family has been fighting for centuries. Yes, agreed. Like, I don't... like... yeah, God, it frustrates me because, like... I don't really worry about shows or series like Star Wars, because Star Wars is so big, so expansive, and there's just no damn way to keep up with it half the time. And when you have something like, say, like Rings of Power, right? Because I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan. To absolutely destroy it as bad as Rings of Power did drove me nuts. But while everyone has been screaming bloody murder about Ahsoka, I haven't really cared, because I just don't give a shit about Star Wars. And then they come along and they did Castlevania, and I already did not like what they did with the first series, because it goes downhill so quickly. And then they made Nocturne, and I just about had a cow. And they're not gonna expand on it. They're gonna just continue to take everything that they can, and they're just gonna shit all over it and add their spin, and it's not gonna be Castlevania. That's the problem. I don't remember who it was. Somebody, I don't know if it was you, Adrian, or someone else, but somebody mentioned that the first time Nocturne feels like Castlevania, it was like literally the last 3 episodes. And not even the last 3, it's the last 2, because it's the end of the 3rd episode when Richter finally pulls his balls out of his purse and puts them on. It's the Disney's Hercules and Zeus said to his... Oh, yeah, no. It's been so long since I've seen those. Good movies. Back when Disney was good. They could have taken a break from the Belmonts and adapted Circle of the Moon instead. Yes! But that's... It doesn't always have to be the Belmonts. And this was actually something my brother and I were discussing, because he and I are both big Castlevania fans. What they could have done with a character like Annette is they could have just made her a slave from the slave, in the slave trade and whatnot, as she is now. But if if the creators decided to, be nice about it and, like, hey, we're gonna make a story that's not Castlevania directly, but is in the franchise, I don't think anybody would have had a damn complaint about it. Like, if the vampires were... If the vampires were, like... if they had the fucking story set up so that you had, just like Annette is a slave, and then she like breaks out and she chases after a vampire and she hunts him down, but the boat won't turn back around, so she ends up in Africa, and then it turns out the vampires are like using the slave trade for like free easy meals or some shit, and she like learns about this and wants to stop it and uses a couple people here and there. That would have been totally fine, but they didn't do that. They didn't have any intention of trying to be understanding of, they weren't trying to be understanding of anything but their political and, you know, their political reasons for financial gains. And if they had just taken the damn time to be like, hey, you know, black people were sold into slavery by black people, and then capitalized on that with the vampires running the slave trade, and this version of Annette, for simplicity's sake, we'll just call her Annette, if she had heard about it, found out about it, and her mission was to like stop this slave trade, right? And like she works with like England and France and like later seasons. They could have done so much, but they couldn't resist. We'll just make Annette black and make her the descendant of two gods, and make her just basically all powerful and unstoppable. It's astonishing how people who claim to be all about diversity and all that are the least diverse and accepting of people, because this was a story set in Europe by the Japanese, and it was relatively very supportive and respectful, and God, just, they could have done so much more, but they couldn't do it. They couldn't resist. Frank, welcome to the stream. Sorry. I'm going to play Circle of the Moon live eventually. Also, CV Legendary Legacy of Darkness was okay for when it happened. Okay. You know what's funny is that Bloodstained, Vampire Hunter D, Dead Cells, and so on are exactly Castlevania, but they share common themes. Yes. I think Dead Cells had a thing. They had like a crossover with Castlevania. Sue, hello, welcome. How you doing? Oh, son of a bitch. Hold that. Bastards. Oh shit, he'll kill me. Let me think. There we go. I have. Can't stand Cryberry Richter. Yeah, I really wish they did more with him too. Like, I don't know why. I don't understand why it is. Well, I do understand why it is. Like, all of these writers today just have to try and shit on everything that's white, basically. Just has to be completely destroyed. And I hate that I have to harp on it, because they won't stop doing it. I don't really care for this bullshit, but, you know, if you're just gonna cause problems by doing this, then, you know, and making it about race, then of course people are going to talk about race, you know? And if they're gonna like emasculate men, and it's like, oh, well, why are you just talking about that? It's like, of course I'm gonna talk about people emasculating men. It's the same thing with women. It's like, if you're gonna treat women like crap too, but none of these people really give a damn about argument. Dead Cells is doing a crossover with Terraria, I think. Is it? I don't know. I haven't kept up with Terraria in forever. I've been so caught up with work and everything. Dead Cells is a Castlevania mod. Oh, okay. But the Maria character is incomplete compared to Richter and Alucard so far. Maybe an update will fix that. Oh, okay, okay. I thought it was like an official mod or a crossover update or something. I'm good. How are you? Glory to the Emperor. Glory to the Emperor.
You seem human.
40k. Yes, yes. Sue. I just found out likes it, and
Then we have
I do as well.
purpose.
Yes.
I'll trust you for now. I'm Maria. Who are you?
Alucard.
Not the talkative type, I can see. Well, perhaps we'll
Dead
meet
Cells
again.
return
If
to
you live that
Castlevania.
long.
There is
Farewell.
an official Castlevania mod for DLC for Dead Cells. Oh, okay, okay. That's probably what I'm thinking of. God, I fucking hate flea men. They're so annoying. I gotta stop doing that. I gotta remember this is a casual stream. Whoop. No, you stop showing off. What did you think of Maria's father in Nocturne? Emmanuel frustrates me because if Emmanuel wanted... Emmanuel's claim that he's all about saving the church and all of that doesn't work when he's over here summoning demons from hell and using the bodies of the recently deceased to bring creatures of that nature into our world. So this idea that he's a man of God and already went into it is just, it's nonsensical to me. It doesn't work. There's also no context for it. Like, something else I didn't really go into, which is again probably just a fault of mine in my writing, is I didn't talk about how absurd it is that this whole town is just completely littered with vampires, and absolutely no one is asking why. It's like, oh look, another dead noble. Oh look, more monsters. Oh look, more vampires. They rule the night. They're just walking around openly in the day. It's like, absolutely no one's gonna question this. Like, we just start off right away into the very end. And I get that Castlevania is sort of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but in that way where it's like it's an open part of the world. But none of it lines up. None of it makes sense. And again, I'm ranting. I'm sorry, but to go back to Emmanuel. Emmanuel drives me nuts because of him trying to be all about, saving the church. But then he's oh shit. Please, not like this. Not like this. Please die. Thank you. Is it down? It's down or up? I don't know. Figure it out. Seen Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. We have not yet, Sue. We have not. Just haven't had the time. Man, this whole summon demons to save Christianity is so stupid. I can't believe. Oh. Okay, thank you, non sequitur. So stupid, I can't believe they kept it. Yeah, well, bad writing all around. Bad writing all around. Oh, I didn't have like half of my armor on. That's probably why I took so much damage. I don't know. I don't, I also, was there ever actually a context for how Emmanuel even got the book in the first place? That was something else that confused me. I was confused about demon summoning. I'm not sure why the summoners in the first series keep the tradition going beyond Dracula. Yeah, it's... I feel like because the writers wrote them... I feel like the writers wrote themselves into a corner because they were like, hey, let's pull in this... Let's give a reason for how and why these creatures exist. And so they were like, hey, Curse of Darkness, there's this book, and these guys, and they make the creatures. And they were like, cool, let's go with that. But now it always has to be. It's... Because, like, even the creatures in Seasons 3 and 4, like, they were explained as just extra that existed in the world and had not been eliminated yet. So that made sense. But now, they're just like, yep, fuck it, we're just gonna throw all that out the window and just keep it. You know? Which means that somebody had to write a book. Which means that Hector or Isaac had to make the book. Probably Isaac. And they just passed down their knowledge for some reason, even though Isaac clearly wasn't clearly wasn't like evil, not like that, at least not at the end. What do you think of Deathcore of Krieg and its AMV with Sabaton? I haven't seen it. Fuck off. Fuck off. Devil Forging for Dummies. That should have been the cover. It's the same shit on Christianity because we say it's okay. Okay theme when the Belmonts literally use holy powers against dark, holy whips, holy water, holy crosses, etc. By their logic, the Belmonts would be neutered. See, that's something else that, like, I touch on but didn't quite explain. I don't appreciate that the Belmonts are treated. Ah, crap, I'm bad. I don't like that the vampire killers, the hunters, like the Belmonts, are treated terribly by the church. They were never, like, cast aside and exiled or excommunicated. That was never the case. Like, they were removed, I think, from... Oh, Lord. I think they were just removed from Transylvania, specifically. But, unfortunately, they just didn't go that damn route. They were just like, yep, they're no longer with the church. But they use holy power, they use the cross, the Bible, the whip, all of it, and then... I don't know, like... But everyone's just using it too. Like, it's really... God, I don't know, like, there's so much about Castlevania that's just wrong. Castlevania games are literally based on Dracula movies with vampires versus Christians. It's called being ashamed of the source material. Yes, it's distinctly anti-Christian. There was somebody who left a comment saying, like, you know, what is the poor socialist Maria supposed to be other than an anti-Christian, you know, anti-monarchist? It's like, you can keep her accurate to the games where she's born of the Renard clan and not some anti-Christian idiot who realizes that Dracula is a bigger problem. It's just like, it's really funny that a lot of people are like, oh, you're not a fan of Castlevania, and I think it was Weekend Warrior who I was following on Twitter, and he posted a picture from somebody who was talking about the creators of Castlevania, saying, oh, they know what's best, but he said that Capcom were the ones that made it and not Konami. So I was just like, why? Like, if these people aren't fans. They don't even know who made Castlevania in the first place, and they're telling us that we're wrong. I wish the creator would control the Netflix show like they did with One Piece. Yeah, I don't see that happening though, because Konami. Sue actually asked me about the Lords of Shadow 2 game, and I think Sue made mention of like it would be cool if Konami made their third game, but I don't even know if they're gonna make it at this point, because Lords of Shadow 2 was, if I remember correctly, it wasn't very well received. I didn't particularly like it for what little I enjoyed it, or what little I did play of it. And to ask Konami to give a shit about anything that isn't Metal Gear at this point is it's damn near impossible, as far as I'm concerned. Richter and I are trolling like crazy on Castlevania in name only, and it's fun. Yeah. It was funny that you subscribed and you laughed at the Jake Belmont joke. I actually sent that to my brother, and he was laughing because I was like, "Ha! I've got friends in high places." I mean, people overlook the whole church as the real villain in Season 1, so I kind of expected they double down in the future. Yeah, but I was really hoping they wouldn't go, like, this far, especially when, like, in reality, the revolutionaries are the villains, because they're killing everyone needlessly. That's another problem. The fucking, like, the setting makes no damn sense. Like, there should be blood all throughout the streets. Like, that guillotine should be working 24/7. They didn't do that. The show didn't do a good job in the background of showing the revolution symbolically or literally. Yes, as I was just saying, because I'm behind. The town in Nocturne looked clean and hardly any visible poverty. Yes, it looks incredibly clean, incredibly well maintained. It does not look like... It doesn't look like San Francisco is what it doesn't look like. And because of that, I find it difficult to believe that this is supposed to be that era. But to be fair, that's also an issue of the lack of budget on the animation. I haven't found anything for it, but I would love to see a breakdown of the 3 different budgets for Castlevania Nocturne specifically, because I don't believe for a second that this budget was more than like 25 million. There's no way. The production is too low, and because they outsourced a lot of the animation too. It's like what is it, Area 51 Productions, I think, or 51 Productions. It's a Korean studio, which a lot of animation has been doing for many years now. They've been outsourcing like, we're not even making our own cartoons. Like, most of our cartoons and anime are usually, at least, animated in, like, South Korea, and it's just like, why? Uh-oh. Do something, you long-haired fuck. Oh, wait a minute. My bad. I fear the Devil May Cry show, even though the current director of the games is helping Netflix with the show. Oh, they're making oh, yeah. I heard they're making Devil May Cry. I think they're also making, Tomb Raider, that's it. Because, I was watching, crap, what's her name? Oh. Melanie Mac, that's it. Jesus, I don't know why I couldn't remember her. I was watching Melanie Mac, and she was like, meh, it's mid. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like they're just trying to double down on something that hasn't been, like, properly done. I don't know. I feel like Netflix is just desperate to try and have something big because Castlevania was big and it bombed. Blah, blah, blah. They're probably going to make a Joan of Arc figure in season 2 from the foreshadowing we got. Probably wouldn't surprise me. She's this almighty, all-powerful badass who can just do no wrong. But see, well, yeah, you know, I suppose they'll probably do it. They'll probably do it, knowing what they've done. Also, none of that takes place in France. Yes, absolutely. It is still some unnamed Eastern... Ah, bummer. I'm gonna kill you. Okay, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm sorry. Ah! I'm sorry! Judging from Annette being from the town of Algeba, which is an Arabic name, which you'd find in... Come on. Which you'd find in Hungary or Romania, or Turkey's borders. Isn't Annette from... Algeba is not... if you mean... I'm sorry, you're saying the canonical one. Yes, that's the case. Annette is from Algeba in Rondo of Blood, and they just decided, hey, we're gonna go a completely different direction and just put her in Saint Domain. I can't fucking hate it, Jermaine. The games are in Romania. Yes, absolutely. Only where Maria lives with Alucard on their farm after Symphony of the Night. Adrian, are you talking about that, what is it called? I don't remember. It's a book, right? It's like a book or a audio drama that came out that's supposed to take place like right after. Thank you, Sequitur. Nocturne of Recollection. Okay. Thank you. I was trying to remember because I'd only heard about it recently. I didn't know it was actually a thing. Most uneventful French Revolution. Yeah, that the French Revolution should have looked like the opening of Skyrim on fast forward, and they only barely hint at it. She's not a French maiden though. They move there. Yeah, I think they moved there after a while because like after the fall of Dracula's castle, Richter goes to hunt other vampires, and Maria goes after Alucard to try and settle him down, and that just doesn't work out for her, unfortunately. Isn't it a Transylvania setting? Transylvania equals Castlevania? Yes, Guts, that's absolutely correct. It's all supposed to be in the middle of, like, Central Europe, and they just didn't do it. Stock has a full summary on YouTube of Nocturne of Recollection. Alucard gets suspected of being a serial killer and drinks another vampire's blood to save his life. Yeah, like, what's his name? Starts with an M. I don't remember, Marcus or something. All right, let's see if I can. Let's see if I'm good. Oh, I blew it. I panicked. I choked. Oh, I'm good. I don't have the double jump. I can't make it. Oh shit! Oh, I'm good. Whew. All right. Come on. No, I don't want that the one to hit me. There we go, got it. Oh, fuck, that's right. Hold on. I forgot how brutal... Shit. Oh, yeah, that's right, I have the Curse. I'm good, then. Currently playing Circle of the Moon. Yes. Even the lesser quality games in the franchise are still pretty good. I have a soft spot for, like, Harmony of Dissonance and, Circle of the Moon. Enjoy, Guts. What do you think about Order of Ecclesia? It looks like I'm the only one that never played it, but finding a copy here in Brazil for a reasonable price is basically impossible. I haven't played enough of Ecclesia to really be able to say. I enjoyed what little I did play. I did like the art style took a slightly darker turn. I also like that her was it Samoa? What's her name? Samoa? So something. But she I like the way she absorbs the glyphs and uses those, because they basically just copied that entirely across the rest of the franchise. I mean, that's Shanoa. Thank you. Well, shit. Good job, Igarashi, if that's your wife. Yeah, but overall, I would say that Ecclesia is definitely a good entry in the franchise, but I haven't played enough to really say. Though I have heard a number of people like it. It's weird, but not as weird as Alucard being Trevor's father in Castlevania Legends, where they pulled a Kyle Reese on Alucard. Oh my, you're right. I totally forgot about that. Shit. I need to fire up that Super Game Boy and play that again. All right, let's try this. Shh. I'm so in trouble. There we go, got her. I am doing this way... Okay, got it. Okay, I'm doing this way too damn early. I shouldn't be in here. Whoop. Oh, good. I would get hit literally at the end of that. Shanoa has Geese Howard's attacks. Yes. Ecclesia felt like the Dark Souls version of Castlevania hard. Oh, well, if you want Dark Souls hard, literally just the original games will do that. Do Rondo of Blood, that'll do it for you. I remember it took me years to realize Alucard is Dracula backwards. Yes, a lot of people didn't realize that. Actually, I think Alucard is actually a name from an old movie from years ago. It was like Universal Monsters era. I had to have it pointed out to me. Oh yeah. I see, Lauren. That's also where we get Maria's absorbing alchemy. Oh, Miriam. Oh, from Bloodstained. Yes, absolutely. I've heard that Bloodstained is like literally all of the best mechanics from Castlevania just thrown together. Oh, it clicked right away. Good. I can't hit shit. Do I have anything worth of shit? Okay. I hope this will reach. Fuck. God, please click. Oh, thank goodness. Damn it. I'm in here way too early. Let's see. Star Mail. Where? Yeah, okay. Gold plate and my bike helmet. There we go. Double Replicant, Raging Storm. I'm stuck on the Mummy Boss in Rondo. If you have oh God, what is it? Holy Water. You should have Holy Water right before you get into the fight with him. Because you're stuck on the shaft fight, if I remember correctly. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. You're playing you're not playing Rondo. My bad, Guts. Although it wouldn't hurt to have Holy Water anyway. Oh. No. Okay. There we go. Okay. Also can't forget the Hellsing anime where Dracula is an anti-hero killing monsters with the voice of Hector in Curse of Darkness and Matthias in Lament of Innocence. Oh, it's the same voice actor. If it's the same voice actor, that'd be pretty interesting. I can't get the TFS voice out of my head though every time I think Hellsing, and my brother can't stop fucking quoting it. It's always some stupid quote randomly. Crispin Freeman? Okay. Yes, the Shaft boss fight is brutal. I've gone through it once or twice all the way through without dying, and it's just so hard. It's just an endurance fight, and it's just so gnarly. Yeah, killing death without knowing the holy water thing in the original game is harder than any Dark Souls boss. Yes. Yes. I love Dark Souls, don't get me wrong. Like, it's got its flaws, but man, a lot of people don't seem to understand just how limited the old Castlevania games were. It's like playing Dark Souls, like, you're so spoiled with all the options you have. Like, if Alucard, or not Alucard, but if any of the characters had a fraction the movement that was available in modern games, the old NES titles would have been an absolute joke. That's why, like, oh, yeah, Wesley, hi, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, doing a live stream after the Nocturne video, just kind of like chill out with everyone and have fun. Whoop! Duck to that one. Also remember, if you have a save file for Symphony of the Night on your memory card, you can also play Metal Gear Solid. Character will mention that you played Castle. Oh, really? Huh, didn't know. I never actually played any of the Metal Gear games. I was never really interested in them. Season 2 and Net will lead a fiery but mostful. Yeah. It'll probably be something like that. Be a fiery but mostly peaceful win over the vampires, quite frankly. Those jumps in the old games, if your big toe was in the wrong place, pitfall death. Yes, my God, I'm not bad at video games. Like, I finally did play like Dark Souls 1 all the way through, and I beat Artorias on the first try. I'm not bad at games, but if you ever want to see me fucking rip my hair out, you should watch me, like, the pitfall jumps when you're trying to get through, when you're trying to run away and the water is flooding, I think in Dracula's Curse, when you're trying to run, and I think you have to fight like crap, what boss is it? I think it's the Hydra or something, but like, you have to run away as everything's flooding, and I can't tell you how many times I blew every one of those jumps. Like, ah! I must have spent like an hour and a half, and I just never went back to it. Just wait till Netflix does Ghosts and Goblins. Oh my god, yeah. Bone Dragon King. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Sequitur. That drove me insane. I can't stand Metal Gear Solid 4 because the cutscenes get to be 30 to 40 minutes long, but I like the first MGS game for cool voices and sneaking elements. Alright, fair enough. Do you like the Souls games? If you do, what's your favorite? I do like the Souls games. I have only played the first two. I recently beat the first two, or I should say, I recently beat the second one. Probably like, I don't know, a month or two ago, give or take. And I've never played any of them. I've never played any of them. I've admired the game design from a distance. Of the two I've played, definitely one. By far one. I didn't mind 2. There are elements of 2 I appreciate. I do like the stats are affect you as a character more directly. Though I do not like that your shit is your dodge roll is affected. That drove me insane because the first time, of course, no one ever kills the first ogre. I too learned that the hard way because I was like, haha, I rolled, and he grabbed me anyway, and I was like, oh, well, yeah, he's just made out with me and my head's gone, so I was just like, now. I owned Castlevania 1 and 2 on NES and never beat them as a kid. Oh, yeah, Guts, I actually have them up above me. I have 1, 2, and 3 on NES. I also have a number of the games. I just don't have all of the physical copies that I would like. Like, I do have, like, this is Symphony on PS1. Like, this isn't, like, I'm not cheating it or anything there. But yeah, no, I do have them, and I almost regret playing them on NES sometimes because you don't have the save state shit like you do in the Wii on the Switch. I'm going to beat CV2. I'm going to beat CV2. I like the challenge. Adrian, it's not hard. Stop it. I love the cutscenes in MGS. Hated VTPP. Is it the lack of bosses and cutscenes? Excuse me. I had to listen to cassette tapes. Octagon and Meryl because... Oh, MGS, gotcha. I don't know, should I continue this route? Beat all except 2, rando, including the 3 games. Oh, nice. leave this up to you guys real quick. Do you guys want me to go through the... You guys want me to go through the rest of the Royal Chapel this early, or do you want me to go underground? Save point and entrance from castle using... how to get underground save point in entrance of the castle using heart refresh and duplicator. Underground, cover the chapel. Make up your minds. Symphony has so many items. I just discovered playing last week that there is a soul-stealing sword. There's a soul-stealing sword? What do you mean? Lauren, you're not helping. Alright, I've got 2 for chapel. Guess it's chapel. And birds. Fucking son of a bat. One of my favorite spots? Absolutely. The chapel is... The chapel and the caverns are by far like my 2 favorites. The music absolutely is just gorgeous. Yeah, I think I got every weapon and shield. Yes, the sword heals you for every time it hits an enemy or an object, like the soul-stealing... Really? Interesting. I never knew. I like to think I know a lot about Symphony, but apparently I fucking don't. Come back and fight me like a man, bird. Ha! He listened. What a fool. Going to look up the name exactly, but you get from the ghost swords in the inverted castle.
Impressive.
Oh, okay.
You're very strong.
Took all the items underground, save point. I can't get through.
You didn't come here to tell me that.
Oh, you're actually
You're
stuck,
right.
Angelio.
Do you know the name Belmont?
Of the Belmont clan?
Where, what did you say earlier? You said you were stuck at the entrance because of the save point?
About a year
How
ago.
to get underground
And I'm
save
sure
point
he's
in
here.
entrance of the
If you
castle
see
using
him,
heart
please let me
refresh and
know.
duplicator. Oh, you're like
Wish I
glitching.
knew.
Oh, okay. I
Thank you.
couldn't help you. I'm sorry.
So
I don't know
you
any
do
of the
know how to
glitches.
be a gentleman.
Adrian, you have any help here for Angelito? Because if heart refresh, I think, are you like stuck in the floor? Grinding for gear sucks. Yeah. The grind in Symphony can be brutal compared to the future games. Like I think Portrait of Ruin fixed a lot of that. I don't want the Bible. I can't read. There's a secret in the merman room near the castle. I wish I had no limit to comment space, but my channel has many shorts on items and locations in the game. Okay. I hope that helps, Angelito. Oh, wow. She dropped me cheesecake on her death. She was a good woman. Oh, does it? Yeah, sorry. This was an entirely impromptu stream. So like, if there was anything I could do to like fix that, I would have done it. I'm sorry. Yeah, because you can use gear to boost luck, but you have to use an item in this, if I remember correctly. yeah, if you're talking Symphony Guts, that is correct. But you can't. There's also I think there's also a couple things. So like there's a luck potion, and I think the Alucard equipment gives you the biggest luck increase without the cheat code. Ooh, time to go to confession. Whoop. This is why I'll never convert. Oh, yeah, so she's the good one, sure. Ring of Arcana makes it easier to get rare items. One ring is by hitting the librarian, and the other is in the inverted castle, either the Frankenstein monster or Beelzebub. Um, I think it's Frankenstein. I think it's the monster specific, the creature, I should say. If he laughs, he'll stab you. Yes, yes. There, you can see the color in them guts. They'll either be good or bad depending on their coloration. I feel woefully overpowered sometimes because of the items I got. Yep. You don't have the jump. Oh yeah. Oh no, I got it. that was the whole reason I went through the clock tower the way that I did so early. I know I said this is gonna be like a casual stream, but I do it out of habit. So. Whoops. Oh well. Just ride this bitch all the way down. I hope someday you can help me with this game. Yeah, it would also require me to be knowledgeable and good. So, like, hold on, are you stuck in the floor, Angelito? Is that like the issue? Like, did you glitch in trying to get past death or something? Ah, shit. Oh, there you go. Angelito, if you have time, I would say check Adrian's channel and see if you can find a guide on what you need. It's best as I got for you, unfortunately, buddy. Ah, balls. Ah, balls. The guides are in my shorts. Phrasing? Yeah, phrasing, Adrian. Wrong shorts. Yes, they're on the channel, not in his pants. Did you like the 3D games? Yes, I enjoyed them. I enjoyed them for as few as I played. I did not have I didn't have a PS2 for a good while, and at the time I was also into Dragon Ball Budokai 3, so I wasn't quite as into Castlevania into the 3D games. My brother, I think, had Lament of Innocence. I could be wrong on that. Oh, she's not here. But yeah, what little I did enjoy, I liked what little I played of Lament of Innocence. I never played Curse of Darkness, but I enjoyed the game, the story. I enjoyed the story from watching guides and whatnot on it, just to kind of see how the overall game played and whatnot. Bastard. Bastard. Fuck. I do have though. I actually have both of the 64 games, and since I have, see, like, I actually spent a fair, maybe shameful, but fair amount of money to get like upscalers and whatnot. So I actually have like I'm currently doing all of this through the RetroTink, which is a fantastic upscaler, and I actually years ago had intention of doing more streaming, but it fell through. And well, I am where I am now. But I was intent on playing like the 64 titles because I have both of them and I do enjoy them for as much as they frustrate the shit out of me. Oh boy, I forgot about the 64 games. I didn't beat those, but owned both and traded them. Yeah, I have both behind me. I have Darkness and the original. Fucking... I find it funny, because, like, for as much shit as they get, the one thing the 64 titles actually did, like, get right was the horror, because that first 64 title, like, actually kind of hits when it comes to, like, when you finally get into the castle and you're going through the hedge maze and you have to get away from the fucking, like, the Jason Voorhees character. Where am I going? I'll go this way. Nail it. Like, that was actually, like, heart-racing as a kid. I only ever really got past it, like, once or twice. The underground is actually kind of spooky. Like, the 64 games are really bad, but the horror aspect is definitely something they got absolutely correct. Which I do kind of wish other titles had. I will finish CV64 as my destiny. I never beat it either. I started playing the sequel a while ago, and man, that was... It only took me a few tries to beat that damn Hydra or whatever at the beginning, but man, I was not ready for it. I'm at the run with a nitroglycerin. Yeah. You can't do anything, because God forbid even an air particle hits you and you just explode. I hated that part. Sequel is just the Game of the Year. Legacy Darkness has the prologue with Cornell the Werewolf. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is basically the same game. Absolutely agreed. So, what do you guys think about, how here, let me ask it this way. What do you think Nocturne is going to do in the second season? Do you think it's going to... Do you think they're going to take any criticisms and improve it? Do you think they're just going to leave it as it is? like what do you think they're going to do with Nocturne come season 2? Because I can't imagine it's gonna... I can't imagine they're gonna, like, improve any of it. They'll probably just double down on a lot of the shit and make everything ultimately worse. Hey, look, gay quarters. I'm not bitter about what they did with All Rocks. They will double down on wokeness? Yes, I agree. They'll probably do that. I fear it will be like Korra, where we have disposable villains. Yeah, probably, because they rush into Urzabet with very little in the way of build-up. Stop sending me flying. I'm not a soccer player. Thank you. I feel Battery will be a letdown compared to what's expected. Korra has villains that last for a season. Yes. My lady and I just got done watching, like, all of Korra, and we couldn't believe how bad it was. I had never seen it. I only watched, like, a few episodes when it came out years ago, but nothing more. And then I watched that, and I couldn't believe how bad it was, and people defend it, and I'm like, you're nuts. Let's see. Korra has, yeah, Bathory is probably going to be a letdown. The problem is, I don't know what they're going to do with Bathory, because she's written in as this, like, big ultimate god now, who can... She's immune to the vampire killer. She's... she killed the celestial beasts with no effort. I can't imagine they're gonna do anything worth a damn with her. She's probably just... It's probably gonna be something like she gets sucked into hell, actually. Stop killing me. I'm killing you. They're gonna waste time solving the singing dude storyline. I do wonder if Edouard is gonna ultimately, like, die or get sent into hell to, like, close the portal or something. Saw your vid on Nocturne this morning. Couldn't agree more. Thank you. Thank you, professional. Glad you enjoyed. And glad to see you're here. I hope they cancel it, wait 5 years, and someone who actually likes Castlevania makes a new series that has something of Castlevania besides the name. That would be best, but I highly doubt they're going to do that. Konami doesn't give a shit. They haven't cared about the franchise. I don't even think they really cared about the franchise when Iggy was still running it. Because ultimately, like... See, it drives me nuts because it's sort of like, it reminds me of, like, the Bulls from the 90s. Like, if everyone is winning, if the games you're making are successful, if the things that you have are successful, why would you get rid of the guy developing one of your most popular, like, legacy franchises? It's just aggravating. Like, Konami doesn't really care. I don't think they're going to care, and I just don't see it happening. I just don't. Of course, these schmucks would write themselves into a corner. Absolutely, absolutely. They put themselves right in a corner, and they can't really get out of it because the current situation is just unbeatable. You have a character that's immune to magic, vampire, the vampire killer, and not that the whip isn't fucking useless now. Magic, magical creatures, the vampire killer, like physical attacks. There's nothing that Bathory can't just outright shove off and mock because she's so powerful now. Will fall pretty fast like Amon, and they will be looking for someone else. I don't even know. Who else could they pull within reason? Who else exists at this time? What, Browner? Maybe? Konami is busy producing garbage MGS games and pachinko machines. Konami. Yeah, they have a tendency to make those. And when they aren't making bad Konami remakes, Konami remakes what they already made. Yes. And it's not even in an interesting way like Castlevania, not Castlevania, Capcom did with Resident Evil. I just don't get it. This is basically Netflix Resident Evil all over again, but somehow people are defending it. Yes, I know. God, you can really tell a lot of people are more of a fan of Castlevania than they are Resident Evil, because Resident Evil like came and went like a fart in the wind. They just did not care about it at all. Strong woman though. Yes, yeah. If the characters, I don't remember who I messaged this to, but it was somebody who said that they didn't agree with my review, but they stated that the arguments were valid. And I added to the conversation saying, if Annette would loosen up, if Maria would come to a realization of what she's doing, and if Richter would be both more respectful and step up as a leader, maybe the second season could work. But as things are right now, I don't see them doing that with Richter and Annette. They're probably just going to keep it the same way that it is right now, and it's just going to go to hell in a handbasket. Excited for the Devil May Cry anime for about 5 minutes before I realize it's going to change everything for no reason. I don't know anything about Devil May Cry, so I'm not tied to it, unfortunately. So if it goes tits up, I'll just be like, eh. Alucard's appearance has derailed anywhere the plot could reasonably go. Yeah, it's just Dracula, it's just Castlevania 3 all over again. But hey, look, Alucard's back, guys. Woo. And he just saves Richter out of nowhere. I don't know why Richter was just standing there like a deer in the headlights, though. That drove me nuts. Modern audiences want emotional showcases, even if it has no rational writing. Correct. One of the biggest arguments I got into with somebody a while ago was that art is... The argument I made was that art is not subjective. It's barely subjective. That was an argument I made, and this guy was arguing that art is entirely subjective, even if the emotion someone has about it is negative, like in the case of Nocturne. And I think that's just patently insane, because when you say that art is subjective, it takes away any and all merit behind all of the effort that went into that story in the first place. All of the effort, all of the planning, the organizing, all of it goes out the window. No, Adrian, I got it. I just can't get up there. The point was, doodaloo. Alucard's appearance, modern nonsense, let's see. And of course, it's getting warped. Yeah, it's probably gonna get wrecked. Alucard was a Deus Ex Machina, but basically he's the new babysitter after Terra. Yes, probably. I don't like what they did with Terra. I like that she made the sacrifice. She's probably the only, like... This is something else I did not do well with my review. I did not express that I actually enjoyed Edouard as a character. Like, he's not a piece of shit. Edouard is actually supportive. He's actually helpful. He's, you know, he wants things to go well. He's about help. He compliments Richter on his skills. He compliments Tara on the food. He's a lamb. He's a good kid. He's a good guy. But they decide, yeah, fuck it. We're just gonna kill him off and turn him into a thingamajigger. And it's like, okay. I don't know. I should be casting more magic, and I'm not. Babysitter of the group of kids? Yes. The point was Richter fell, but his family cared. Not Jake Belmont reasoning. Yes, Jake Belmont pissed me off. I think any longtime Castlevania fan probably was like, oh shit, it's juiced. Sweet. Oh, hot dog. I wasn't even trying to do that. I mean, that was part of the plan the whole time. Yeah, Jake Belmont, yes. Modern art, yeah, modern art is just absolutely terrible. Art is subjective is the favorite defense for shitty art nowadays. Absolutely, it's just infuriating. Anytime there's a criticism, it's that you're racist, you're homophobic, you're every ist and is every ist ism and phobic someone can pull out of their ass. There were so excuse me. There are so many comments. There's like 200 plus comments on that Nocturne review. And I happened to scroll through it, just kind of like seeing what other people had to say. And like 99% of all of the arguments are, you're racist. It's like, why? Because I called Annette Mariah Carey? You know, I was calling Richter Twinker the whole time, and I couldn't think of a good pun for Maria, otherwise I would have done it. But I find it really funny that so many people give such hollow arguments and then claim that you're one thing or another. And no one ever addressed a valid criticism or asked, hey, if you're so good with analysis, why didn't you say this or that? No one ever did it. It's always just, you're racist, you're homophobic, blah blah blah. It's like, you don't even know me. Like, you have no idea what my life has been like. You have no idea who I've fought for, who I've defended, who I've, you know, loved, who I've moved in with. Like, yeah, but sure, let's just call a dude racist because he made a joke about a character that I like. Like, fuck off. It's just so stupid. I thought Season 1 and 2 were alright, but they cucked Hector to prop up Isaac. Yes, because Hector was the hero, and Isaac was the villain. And as soon as I heard that Dracula was redeemed at the end of Season 4, I jumped ship. There is no story without Drac. Yeah, see, I don't know how they're gonna even introduce him. Like, at this point, Lisa's toast. Unless they write her in as a vampire. Do you think they do that? Do you think... Oh my God, people would shit a brick. Could you imagine if they actually went that route and like turned her into a fucking vampire? Son of a bitch. I shouldn't have gone in that room. Just should have at least moved some furniture. Yeah, he couldn't even do that. The sacrifice is possibly a reference to Nosferatu, where a decent, good-hearted person dies. Possibly. Though I highly doubt they have any knowledge of what Nosferatu even is. I take all items, spells, shields, and swords, but two things I can't go to the underground save point is moving using Heart Refresher, first castle and second castle. Alright, that's on you, Adrian. Call him Jake Belmont. I didn't feel good hearing Maria talk about Richter being a masturbator. He raised her like a brother. He calls her a wanker right off the bat. Oh. I don't think I don't think he was calling her a masturbator. She was calling him a masturbator. Wanker is just is like a casual derogatory in England. I think that's what they were talking about. And speaking of relationships, would it bother people that a relationship was presented as a throwaway deal? Maybe. Maybe. Both their souls got into the same body. Maybe they say she got partially or fully immortal from Drac or something. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Like... I don't know. I don't know. I can't imagine that they would do anything... If they go that route and they say that she's immortal, and we basically never have to see her again, then we're never going to see Dracula again. Just plain and simple. Unless Lisa is killed, we'll never see Dracula again in Castlevania, which is infuriating. But then why would Drac ever be in attack? Yeah, exactly. The Hellsing anime is the best place to see Hector, the voice of Crispin Freeman from the game Curse of Darkness. Yes, yes. Nah, Dracula probably game ended himself with Lisa, so they don't have to worry about coming back. Also, that "Who's Dracula" line from Annette was the stupidest thing. Yes, I can't... It drives me insane that, Fuck, how do you cast that spell again? Oh, it's the half circle, okay. Oh, got it. This is gonna hurt. There we go. Yeah, and I was wrong. I was wrong initially. My brother made mention about that line before, her not knowing who Dracula is. I thought the line itself made sense contextually, because there's no way she would know who Dracula is. But then my brother would argue that it didn't work, and in his rantings, like in my reviewing, I didn't realize until I went back and watched it that she knows exactly what night creatures are. And because she knows what the night creatures are, there's no way she would have the knowledge. There's no way she would be lacking the knowledge of Dracula. There's no way. Of course she would know who he is. Because if she knows that, she would know who brought about them. Like, how would you not know this? And it's the same thing with Richter not knowing what the fuck a night creature is, but he knows what Alucard is. Or, Dracula. And Alucard, actually. It's just stupid. It's inconsistent from, like, episode to episode. I don't understand. Dracula in the game was low-key or under the radar for 300 years before he went bad again between Lament and Dracula's Curse. Yeah, but Lisa ain't gonna live for 300 years. No, I know what you're talking about, my bad. Yeah, but he went evil because Lisa died. So for them to have gone the other route and, like, kept her alive doesn't make any sense.
Open Hell's Gate. Come forth, my servants. The scent of your blood.
Villains have to be redeemed now because they're all misunderstood. No one can just be evil now. That's silly. Yes. There's, like, I get the argument that, like, you know, villains need to be redeemed shit. Like, I get if you're talking about redemption in the sense of you can, like, the hopefulness that villains can be redeemed. If that's the context, that's one thing. But every villain is gray. I mean, like, even Frieza in Dragon Ball Super is now a gray villain because he's around here helping out Goku and Vegeta. Even though he got a black form and is now beating their ass, but it's still stupid. Yeah, it's just Hotel Transylvania villains, yes. I was hoping Simon would at least get a badass flashback since they skipped to Richter, but now I'm glad they didn't touch anyone else besides Just. Yes. Yeah, Could you imagine if they were like, oh, here's some information about Trevor Belmont that we didn't know about, and then it turns out it's like him and Sypha didn't work out or some shit, like he left and never came back. Like I'd be so angry. Yeah, I don't know. It just the way that whole franchise just went completely tits up is just absolutely infuriating. I would like to see more I wouldn't mind seeing more Castlevania, but it's gotta be better than this. It's just they can't keep up. They can't keep doing something like this with so little effort behind it. Not even just in the art style. I could forgive the art if the writing was good. Plot twist: Sypha married Grant in the end. That would be hilarious. Everyone sleeps on Grant for some reason. I've always liked Grant. Favorite character in Dracula's Curse. Actually, I had a joke for it, like a running gag, that at the end of each season review, I was gonna basically make a joke about, they didn't bring in Grant, but I'm sure they'll bring him in like at a later season because this would be a really cool and here and there, blah blah blah. They never did. They never did. I think the closest they came to introducing Grant was the priest in, I think it was like episode 2, when Trevor takes his eye out with the whip. I think that was actually supposed to be Grant, because I initially thought that was going to be Grant and he would change, and then Trevor straight up kills him, and I'm like, alright, never mind. I guess that's not Grant. By season 3, Annette's going to be the one to forge the Alucard spear, and Chrysogrim. Oh my god. You know, that actually is a horrifying concept, because she absolutely could, considering her powers. She absolutely could. She could very well be the one to forge some of the most powerful weapons in the franchise. Alucard, it's a bone. Shut up. Here we are. I don't know. I can't... I don't see any way that they're going to be able to make, like, anything in Nocturne work. The music is the only thing I really gave a crap about, outside of outside of the ending animation. The ending animation was pretty neat. Christopher Belmont is my favorite, despite how niche he is. He has the best theme song, too, hands down. Yeah, I did like his theme in Castlevania Adventure. I think the odd part was someone who didn't think about God much used the cross cage with magic powers. Yes, but that's what I'm talking about. You don't get to say, you don't get to shit talk. You don't get to shit talk Christianity and then invoke Christianity's power. It's asinine. They're just doing it to, like, progress the story. Hey, it wouldn't be cool if she made a cross. It's like, but she doesn't believe in it. If there's no belief in it, then there's no power, because you lack faith. Like, it would be the same thing if Richter turned around and invoked Ogun, right? Like, he has no connection nor care for the African pantheon. So, if he, whether it be Haitian or otherwise, if he started invoking voodoo gods or power, you'd be fucking confused. Like, why? Like, he's not supposed to be doing this. Hello, Nicholas. Thank you for joining. I mean, I used to think Lords of Shadow 2, with the nuke explosion from the cross was ridiculous as well. Yeah. It's weird with the cross and the explanation they gave about geometric shapes. Is it holy or not? I don't think the writers even have an idea, a clue about what it is that they're talking about. Because if they did, I think they would have actually put some effort into some amount of consistency, but they didn't do it. They did not do it because they do not care. Would have actually been the best part if Annette's cross didn't work. God said no. Yeah, that would have been, it would have also just been fun if Albeleo just ripped her fucking throat out, but, that's just me. Yeah, no, it would be funny if a character tried to invoke something. You know what it reminded me of, actually? Benny from The Mummy. The good Mummy movies with Brendan Fraser. It would have been funny if, in the same way Benny tries to speak the language of the slaves in, because he just rattles everything off. Egyptian, Greek, Hebrew, and I think it would be cool if a scene like that happened. Yeah, exactly. So, if there was a moment like that, and it was sort of played up as, like, a straightforward joke, it would have been great. Where she's just like, oh crap, I thought this would work, and then Albeleo's like, no, you have to believe in it, sorry. And then he goes to attack her, and then she has to, like, stick with it. Like, it would have been so good. It would have been a moment that I would have been like, yeah, cool, like, Annette has some humility and whatnot, but they didn't do it. We're not even a professional writing team, and we're coming up with better ideas than this entire fucking cast of writers. In the games, the cross is nothing without faith. Exactly. Even in the games. Alucard Richter can summon a beam of light that burns monsters with a cross. Yes. As long as you believe in it, you can use it. Absolutely. Goodbye, Benny. What is your opinion on the Resident Evil CGI movies? I've only watched a few, and I liked them. I didn't mind them. I remember when the first one came out, I think that was Degeneration. I was so happy they made Leon a badass, because at the time I was also practicing parkour, like, a ton, and to see him in the trailer for that brief stint where he's, like, gotta try to get to the other side to help out, I think it's Claire, I can't remember, but, he's hauling ass across, and he's just fucking doing the parkour straight through everything. I thought that was awesome. I thought that was awesome, because it fits right up there with cheesy Leon, but... yeah, no, I would take the CGI movies thus far, because I watched the thing on Netflix. Into Darkness, I think it's called, or Edge of Darkness, whatever it is. I watched the 4-part CG movie or CG show. I appreciated that. I hate, like, with a burning passion, I fucking hate that stupid live action one that they tried making. What a travesty that one was. I should probably actually just do a rant on that and just shit all over it, because I fucking hated it. Meanwhile, Richter will try Grant Cross and do chip damage. Oh, Grand Cross and do chip damage. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Would anyone want to see me do a series breakdown of the Resident Evil series on Netflix? The terrible live action one they made? Because, whew, that one's got some problems. Yes, sure, do it, and mock it hard. I will mock it as hard as you got it pegged. Yes. I fucking hate I hate that that's the fucking joke. God, I hate what they did with Alucard. It pisses me off. Yeah, I don't know when I'll get it out, because it takes a while to get any of these videos out, unfortunately. And I now completely understand why people, he's Alucard, yes, Alucard, yes, I'll try to remember that. I will, the one, for a long time, since because I do all of this editing, with all of the editing that it takes to make any one of these videos, it takes a while to get anything made. Video clips are way more time consuming, but there's also all the imagery that has to be made, and there's the writing, and there's the screenplay. Like, there's so much shit that goes into making any one of these videos that it's just, they take a while, and we really, like, my lady busted her ass off on, like, all of the artwork, and she, like, absolutely knocked it out of the park when she wasn't screwing up. But she, I gotta gush. She made, so, if you watch the review, there's a point fairly early on where I have the six Belmonts up to Richter, and one of them is a Leon. She made that. She took Richter from Symphony and completely rebuilt him, and that Leon is like her first, like, bigger sprite project, and she fucking kicked ass with that. Like, I couldn't, I told her earlier, like, she made it better than I would have. Like, it looked fantastic, and she's pulled off so much of the extra artwork that, like, she does such a good job. I love her so much for it. I do it alone, and it takes a while for me to finish what Castlevania videos I made. Yes. And, yeah, she, yeah, I gotcha. Absolutely. I was thanking her profusely. I actually kind of took her out a little earlier today as a sort of thank you for it as well, because it's just so, she did so good with it. I get to gush. Like that Leon was so good. But yeah, no, she when we make the videos, she generally handles most of the art assets actually for the sprite stuff now. I'll tend to make most of the art assets, and then she composites the images and puts everything together. So like a lot of the backgrounds and everything that you see, that's basically me. So I handle like the bigger stuff, like the backgrounds. I'll make sprites when she asks. But I also do the writing, I do the screenplay, I do the voice, I do the final edits. Like, she does a lot, and it makes everything really, really simple. Because without her, I wouldn't be able to handle the workload. And so, I say all of that because, oh boy, I get why so many people do not do what I do. Because, man, it takes so much time to make even one of these things. Do you like the Mega Man X games? Yes, love them. Love them. I until I have the money to do so, because it's expensive, I would love to get a physical copy of Mega Man X3, but X3 is like the most sought out one, because it's the most expensive, and it's just, yeah, I'm not going to be able to, like, just get a hold of a copy. The local, I say local, there's a game shop nearby that has retro games, and the one they have is like $300, so I'm just like, well, I don't have a kidney to give up, so can't get it. I know because it takes a while when I'm off work to get the visual material. Recording the narration is easy by comparison. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Any time, because for a long time I thought like I could do better, you know, like I really thought, oh, like all of these guys keep making all this content and their content is trash. Nope. Turns out they do all of it because it's fucking impossible to keep up with like anything if you're going the route that I do. So, yeah, no, any amount of help is always nice, but I also don't have any money whatsoever to be able to pay for like another editor, so. But yeah, no, if or when I do get around to making, when I get around to making that, it would probably be like a week and a half worth work, because I have to go, I'm probably gonna go back through the series because it's been so long since I've seen it. I watched it like early this year, maybe like late last year, one of the two. I also have a lot of other stuff to do. Like, I'm gonna go a lot simpler this week and probably talk about. I want to do a discussion about like why writers today are so inexperienced, because they are, like, writers today are children, and it shows. But there's that I want to talk about. I gotta get this damn Jurassic Park review done already. This review is gonna be monstrous. Like the biggest reviews I've done were the Rings of Power, and I think this Nocturne video was actually like one of the longest ones. But the Jurassic Park review is going to be something like an hour, maybe longer. It's going to be a huge video, at least for me. It's not like this is like a day off for someone like Mauler over at EFAP. Annette is going to be the one to confront Bathory and say, "Die, monster! You don't belong in this world." God, that would be. I would probably cry. I would probably actually cry. If you want to do a StreamYard chat, I would be up. Oh, to just hang out with you, Adrian? Is that what you're asking? Because I think I did a StreamYard. I think I did a StreamYard chat with Krillcast. I don't know why I kept forgetting their name. Yeah, yeah, Krillcast. Krillcast are pretty cool guys. It's been a while since I did a StreamYard thing with them though. Yes. Yeah, sure. Maybe maybe we'll try and organize something, bud. Do I want to go this route? Yeah, I'll go this route. Why not? Yeah, no, we'll organize something then. You could, let's see. I don't know. You could probably message me on like Twitter or something. My DMs are open on Twitter if you ever want to get a hold of me. So there's that route. You could probably just throw a comment somewhere on YouTube. I don't know, whatever it is that you want to do, and then like we can discuss things if you want to. Whoops! Not paying attention. Where's the nearest? It's down there. Ah! Yes, this way. Sounds good. Yes. Yes, sounds good. Yeah, I do need to get a hold of other people. Like there's a few people that have asked. I just never got around to like doing anything with them, which is really stupid of me. I should have. Like there's a technically Mexican. I love the name. But he hit me up. He wanted to do a conversation. He wanted to like interview me a while ago. But that was like a year ago. I should message him back and just be like, hey, you want to do something? I don't know. With the way everything is going, I don't know. I need to try and like make better time for a lot of things, and just I need to make better use of my time. That's the other problem. I'm very bad at time management sometimes, as apparently my entire family is. But yeah, probably. I don't know. I'll figure something out. I gotta get that Jurassic Park review done. I gotta get. I'll see about maybe working on that Resident Evil 1 as well. Because these really big breakdowns are really nice. Because it's nice to get a good hate watch out every so often, but they're just I didn't want to like focus on that as like the sole thing. That's why I shifted the channel over to these discussions. But if people want more of these like longer rants, I will absolutely try to oblige when I can. The Jurassic Park stuff is gonna basically devolve into that right away. As soon as I'm done with the first one, it's just right to shitting on the series, because Lost World has its faults, and then everything is just off a cliff with the next 4 installments. Saint-Germain will show up in season 4 and say things weren't supposed to play out like this. Oh man, the Saint-Germain retcon would be hilarious. Just like, I can't believe everything devolved like this. It was never supposed to be like this. What happened? I would be surprised if they even remembered Saint-Germain as a time traveler. Yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine that they're going to I can't imagine they're gonna even remotely get into it. I already don't like the idea that they even introduced that stupid multiverse bullshit in the first place. I hate multiverse. I'm so sick of multiverse. Like, multiverse is like the #1 reason why like everyone tuned out of the MCU, and they're just so sick of it, and I don't blame people. Jake Belmont is going to look a lot different now. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Saint Germain, you're black? I liked old Castlevania for having no real time travel. Yeah, anytime time travel is ever introduced, it just drives me insane. You can't take anything seriously. You can't. Everything means nothing, and nothing means everything at all at any one time, because everything is just, it just evolves.
Mother!
Well, Jurassic World 3 was watched by myself for free, and I couldn't keep watching it because I was laughing at it. I do have a review of JW3 on the channel. I never went through the whole series, and that's why I want to do this like long form franchise breakdown. But yeah, no, World 3 was absolutely terrible.
Yes, Alucard. Watch me die and remember all.
Julius Belmont is going to look. Oh, Julius Belmont. I'm sorry, I didn't read that as a.
You must
Julius.
despise humans. They
Yeah,
are to
shit.
be
I wonder
your
what they're gonna
prey.
do with Julius.
What?
Better for them to die than to let them compound their sins. Begin by slaying that one over there.
Galamoth and
It wasn't like this.
Galamoth and Saint Germain were the
What's
exception,
wrong?
but you didn't.
Alucard.
But you didn't do it. Legacy of Kain does time travel.
Mother never
Well,
said
but
such a thing.
it's predestination
What do
theme.
you mean?
Yeah,
Kill them
yeah,
and bring them happiness.
yeah.
No, you're not my mother.
I
What kind of
would
demon are you?
I would hate to see these writers get their hands on Castlevania Judgment.
Free of my spell.
I would
like
hate to see that happen.
Demon. Death is too good for you.
Jamal Belmont, a Jamaican, don't judge me.
What you got. Darkling, I smell your blood. You're a vampire? Could it be? That strength, that beauty. You're the son of Lord Dracula.
Death in the dream world will set your soul wandering for eternity, demon.
Wait, I beg of you.
The fucking succubus. I don't know, between that and Jamal Belmont, I don't know which is funnier. That was hot. Yeah. God, that would have been a hell of a reaction, or a hell of a Easter egg if they did that with Drolta, like when Alucard sticks his big, long, meaty sword in the back, down her throat and kills her. That would have been funny. Marina's father will prove his loyalty to Bathory by shaving his head and wear blackface and call him oh my... Could you imagine? Could you imagine immediately, every argument against me, no, you're racist, and then Emmanuel pops up and he's just like, hi, I'm Emmanuel, I am now a racist. It's just like, what? Oh, man. That would be absolutely hilarious. Have him blackfacing it up in the middle of Castlevania woke turn, and then everyone just loses their minds. And it's just like every single one of these like 100+ people that hated my review now they just owe me an apology. But I do wonder. I don't think they're gonna do Shaft. I don't think they're gonna bring him in. I don't think they're gonna actually bring Shaft into the Castlevania Nocturne at this point, which is a shame because like he plays such an integral part between this and Rondo. We'll start at Albeleo was right. Oh, start and Albeleo was right to tip jar. Yeah, yeah. Discount Shaft. Yeah, his name isn't Shaft, it's like Rod. Shaft was the evil priest who wanted Dracula to fix the bad world. Yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine. I can't imagine that they'll bring Shaft in. If they do, Shaft, you know, they could potentially bring Shaft in as another villain for another series or another season, but I can't imagine they're going to actually go this route with. I can't imagine they're going to bring Shaft. I can't. Maybe he like captures Maria, and like Annette has to save her or some shit. I don't know. Do I have any or shields? Alucard. Oh, didn't I? Oh yeah, I did get the Axe Lord. Okay. I forgot the Starflail is like the strongest regular weapon in this game until like the end. I also don't want the Takemitsu. Oh, Shield Rod. Shield Rod it is. Now if I could just remember how to actually do anything with the Shield Rod. Well, that's not everything I was hoping for. I don't remember the inputs. I just don't. Oh, whoop. Well, actually, hold on. That's right. I could do this. I can squeak. Whew. I'm just a bat. I'm just a bat. Leave me alone, I'm just a bat. Fuck! Damn it! Going back. You need the merman statue? It's a dead... Yeah, I know now. Where were you, Sequitur? It's okay. I'll just fucking fly back and go get it, I guess. Damn it. I didn't know. Oh well. It's a good arm exercise. Needed it for my deltoids. Stupid frogs. I've never liked these damn toads and frogs. They're always annoying. Way to get absolutely, way to get the short stick, too, working for Dracula, and then you're just, like, stuck in this hole in the ground, and you can't get out. And then you die because the son of Dracula 300 years later decides to drown your worthless ass. No. Ah, no! I should have jumped in the water. Something appeared near a bridge. Yes? Yeah, because the Herald Shield blocks and gives hearts. Perfect. Best upgrade in the game. Now I am discreetly 2 pixels taller. Pimp platforms. Yeah.
I'll take you to a place which might be interesting for you.
Gotta love the Herbert the Pervert riding, you know, in control of the boats here in Dracula's castle. Whoop. Ulrox and Mizrak are going to march in Pride Festival during the French Revolution with a pride banner. Reads, let them eat, let them eat. Yeah. I don't remember who it was. Somebody commented about Mizrak being a self-insert. I don't remember who it was, but I cannot agree more. Mizrak comes out of fucking nowhere and just gets to... basically just gets to survive every encounter with no effort. He gets to lay pipe without even doing anything. He just exists. And Ulrox is like, I want that. Not to mention, he also survives every encounter in. He survives every encounter in the series without any issues whatsoever. He just lives. You would. I don't like the inconsistency of the vampires because I get that there are badass warriors and humans are able to do things, sure, but like one of the issues I take with that is that you have the vampires are useless now. Like, it drives me nuts that the vampires are able to move super fast and they can fly, but for some reason, like, they're also not able to move super fast when the game demands. They're not super strong, despite obviously being super strong. And Mizrak is able to survive all of this shit with no hesitation, no problems whatsoever. He's just a regular dude. He's just like, yeah, I'm here, I'm doing things. But now, doesn't matter. He's immune to everything. Not to mention he's got Big Daddy Ulrox looking out for him anytime he's in danger. Though it does look like Ulrox is at least fucked off for now. I can't imagine he'll be back. Anime logic in a non-anime. Yeah, I don't know. If vampires just didn't move super fast, that's all they needed to do, but they didn't do it. It's just, hey, look, we have this going for us. Great. It's like, why? just why? Why even have the super speed? Why even have the super strength? Just like, if Alucard can do his little, like, you know, warp attack, and it's a magical ability, just leave it at that. Don't overcomplicate it, because you write yourself into a corner. It's no different than, like, a villain who like, has the hero in his grasp and then starts monologuing, just like they did with the Incredibles, just like they did with Richter. Just, like, make it believable. Like, if they're gonna kill Richter anyway, why the fuck would they... Why? Why? Just why? Like, Just is useless. Richter's, you know... He's toast. He's absolutely toast. Like, it's over. Like, GG. But nope. Nope, he's gotta live because monologuing. He's part of the main team now. Yes. Mizrak has rainbow plot armor. Absolutely. Yeah. They won't touch him because he's an LGB character now. Now, and I get that they killed Edouard, but he still ultimately became invincible. Like, you can't get rid of him now. Not at least until he's, like, fulfilled his role or some shit. But it wouldn't surprise me if he ends up just coming back and as a regular human. Would not surprise me. One question: if the vampires were slave masters, how did they keep the slaves from escaping during the day? You know, Guts, that's dangerous. That's really dangerous. Whatever that thing is between your ears, you should probably keep that on the down low. Anime logic in... Oh, the cross. Hell yeah, I'll take that. Even though the holy water is 10 times better, I'll still take this. Plus vampires who are sensitive to UV rays living near the equator. Yes, yes, yes. It's all so fucking stupid. No, no, Guts. I was saying the thing between your ears, your brain, because the question you asked was obviously too it was too good for these writers to have considered. Gotta keep that brain checked, otherwise it'll have to go on a registry list. Whoa, he got stuck on the candle? That was weird. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah. I even went back and I checked that moment when the vampires are standing in the UV light. It's like they made sure that Drolta isn't touched with any sunlight. But if you actually look at that scene, like when she's leaving and her like the Marquis or whatever comes up behind her out of the stagecoach, he briefly has no no protection, and he's just totally fine because the plot demands. It's so aggravating because it's always these characters which are supposed to be vulnerable and then they're not, and it's just aggravating. Like when she's standing in the sunlight, it's not like they try to say she's not standing in direct sunlight in the church, but she's standing in direct sunlight in the church and she's totally fine. I don't know, like I don't understand how you can make a show like this, how you could get paid to make something like Castlevania Nocturne and not do a good job. I don't understand. If I had the opportunity to make a Castlevania show like that, I would be watching like every single Castlevania thing I could to get any understanding of the lore, and then if I couldn't make it like accurate to the story and make it reasonable, I would never otherwise touch it. Like I will never understand how somebody can make a show like this and just not care. We'll never understand. Copper tone? Yeah, must have been some serious copper tone. That's why I made mention of it. It drives me nuts. Like, should have been like it should have been like SPF 100K, because there's no fucking way they'd have been able to survive this. I can't. I don't understand. Like, there are so many vampires that are blatantly in the sunlight and they're totally fine. Even Dracula dies in the damn sunlight. He dies all the time in it. But nope, Drolta, Olrox, the Marquis. Like, yeah, I don't know. A person pointed out how they didn't have sunglasses in the previous series, and even Alucard explained that the sun doesn't burn him because he was only half human in the original series. Yeah, but that's Alucard specifically. Like, he's a Dhampir. That's what makes that work. All of the other vampires are vampires. It's just like Valblanc goes up in flames, but nope, not him. Not Alucard. No one else. The writer admitted to Richter running away being a self-insert. Really? Where'd that come up? Coppertone SPF 500 as advertised in RoboCop 2? Yes. Nah, this is Rings of Prime quality writing. Glad they went on strike for more money. You know, the funny thing is, there was somebody who commented, like, you know, this script was written by an AI, and it's just like, well, it's ironically what they were fighting against, but it's so bad that the writing is so bad that you couldn't tell the difference. It's because they did not get paid to make a Castlevania. They got paid to write a show. Castlevania is the one they have a license for. Yes. Partially. I'd buy that for $1. Yeah, speaking of buying it for $1, if Castlevania is absolutely destroyed and no one gives a shit about it, we should just buy it for $1, make a good game, and then flip it. Like, we should just do it. I don't know why. Like, Castlevania is so easy to make a game for. Even like the classic Vanias. Could you imagine if they just made classic Vania games? Just again, like, just bring back the old design. It would have worked so much better. If anyone hasn't seen RoboCop 2 as a movie, they had the hilarious sunscreen commercial like the usual Paul Verhoeven. Yes. Yeah, I love his I love his satirical style. His it's part of it would be hard. You'd be hard pressed to convince me that he didn't make a good Starship Troopers movie. I know it's not accurate to the books like at all, but or the book I should say, but man, it was. Man, it would not have been a. It would not have been a. I don't think it would have been a better movie if they had anyone else but Verhoeven do it. They took the concept of each Belmont getting stronger than the last and gave it to the vampires. Yeah, probably. They're just like, meh, the sun, who cares? Whoop. I'm making a fan video of Castlevania with character dialogue, and it's interesting. Oh, nice. I have a friend who does voice acting. If you need voice actors, he's not like a professional or anything, but you know, he's if you got a project and you're actually committed to it, I got a friend who would probably be able to help you out with that. The writer said that his father died 10 years ago and he went through depression. He wanted to show what he went through with Richter. Interesting. He said it in an article replying to the complain about something that matters comment. Complain about something that matters comment. Okay. What is the rest of the context to that, Guts? Because if something is based on personal trauma and experience, that's a hell of a lot better than a lot of other writers tend to have. But if the idea was that like his mother dying was the reason for it, then if that's supposed to be the comparative trigger, I don't know if I buy it. It's fine. I make an Alucard AI voice because I sound like Snake from Metal Gear Solid, and I don't want people to think I'm talking about Metal Gear. Okay, no problem, no problem. I was just offering because I know he's looking for experience, and it's something he would really like to do. That's all. But yeah, if you got it covered, sure, whatever. I hope it works out. Otherwise, though, you know, I like to see success from people I like. Get a coin. I will keep the offer in mind. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. If you ever do, like I said, just same thing. Twitter, YouTube, whatever it is, however you want to get a hold of me, just comment or anything, message me, whatever, and I'll let him know. Netflix put out a comment saying, complain about something that matters to the people complaining about the race swap. The writing then replied to the fans about the comment. Ah, okay. So just more stupid disregarding context that means fuck all. Fantastic. Yeah, I hate when stupid comments like this come up because it's all articles like this where it's just bad faith defense of something that doesn't deserve the defense. Because otherwise, it's just it's the same thing we already like went over. It's like, you know, oh, you're racist. I don't like you. It's like, no, fuck off. Like, you don't actually have you know, you don't have an actual argument or anything, which is just really annoying. I hate that. I hate it when that happens. because it's dismissive of the actual criticisms or anything, and that was 99% of anybody who disagreed with me. It's just a very common trope, heroes having some deep trauma, wrecking them, modern protagonists are barely stoic. That's because no one it's because everyone is so stuck up on the idea that characters have to have trauma. It's like no hero is perfect and no villain is truly evil. It's this goofy dichotomy that everyone tries to force on characters that just doesn't work. And Castlevania was never about complexity. You know, what was the most complex thing that happened? Leon and Sarah being tricked by Matthias to get the vampire soul. Like, that was about as complex as Castlevania ever actually got. And it doesn't need to be any more complex than that. It, like, good and evil is literally how the world turns into, you know? This is the world. It's good and evil. And to say otherwise is just, it's foolhardy. I feel sorry for what he went through, but that's his story, not Richter's. Exactly. It's Richter's story. And if you can't make it work for Richter, then you can't make it work for... You know, you actually kind of do a disservice to your own story, too, which is another fault. Wait, if the writer's trying to share their pain, was his dad... was his dad killed by the gays? No. No, I don't think that's what he's talking about. Although hilariously, one of my buddies was playing Final Fantasy 14, and they were doing a raid recently, and in Final Fantasy, for anyone who hasn't played Final Fantasy 14, there's a mechanic where there's an enemy with this big one eye, and he's a demon, and he'll kill you with this effect. It's he stares at you. It's an ability called Gaze, G-A-Z-E. And so my buddy, without realizing what he said, he's just like, "Oh yeah, no, the raid was going totally fine," and then everyone was killed by the gaze. I'm just like, I don't think you understand what you just said. Him and I were like belly laughing for like 20 minutes. Everyone was killed by the gaze. It's like, oh, you mean the stare? Yeah. Whoop! Stupid fucking pizza-loving frog. Oh, shit! I didn't think that would actually work. Word. So tired of traumatized characters? You and me both. Even good heroes aren't perfect people, they just have a decent attitude of vigilance in terms of being a good character. Yes. Yes. There's a great way to break it down for, like, anybody, and it's very simple. Heroes were hurt by the world, but they chose to do something good about it, while villains were hurt by the world and chose to hurt the world back. Plain and simple. That's exactly what it is. Like, that is the exact difference between a hero and a villain. The problem is, heroes today are made out of 1% hot air and 99% soy. Like, it's just... You can hardly call them heroes today because they don't really do a whole lot, unfortunately. Both David Copperfield and Pop were orphaned characters written by Charles Dickens, but both handled the aftermath of their parents' deaths differently. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Okay, stay there and die, fish. I'm just tired of traumatized characters. Characters turning out a certain way. Yes. Yes. They almost always are this wimpy demeanor style character that doesn't actually have much of a leg to stand on. It's the way writers do things today, because writers today are not serious. They aren't I want to go in further detail, like I said before, on this kind of video, but like writers today are not, they're not really writers. They're not adults. They're children. They don't have any life experience. You know, it's like Tolkien. Tolkien, he cut his teeth in World War I. He was in the trenches, and he was a father, and he was a devout Catholic, and you know, and he was writing these books while holding down a job. Like, he did all of these things. He lived an extremely eventful life in comparison to anybody today. What do we have today? We have memes. Like, that's as crazy as life gets for a lot of people today, because there's nothing going on with us. You know, there's no like world, there's no like earth-shattering event that people are, you know, people have to deal with today. You know. And outside of the stupid shit we're still paying for, we're not even in like a war. Like, there's nothing happening here. You know, and ironically, agreed too much peace. Yes, and hilariously, and I don't agree with this sentiment, but you know, I now understand why villains start talking about how we have become too soft and we have to have war in order to keep our nation strong. I totally understand it now. Totally understand it. Never thought I would have, but I do. And it's wild, because yeah. Funny thing is, Metal Gear teaches this. Yeah, but see, the problem isn't just that. It's also, and I should also add this. I should be taking notes, quite frankly. The other issue is that people today don't take lessons to heart. You know, like, if you go back through and you listen to a ton of bands, a ton of their music actually has very good lessons that actually matter for people. Like, I was listening to a bunch of Seether recently, and Words as Weapons. What a fantastic song, Words Are Weapons. Great song. One of my favorite lines in it is that words are weapons of the terrified, and I couldn't fucking agree more. Couldn't agree more. What a accurate line. What a relatable line. The recent release of Linkin Park's like unreleased songs, like Lost, and my personal favorite one was Wanna Be the Victim. Because Wanna Be the Victim, it's... crap, I don't remember what the lyrics are. The lyric is so spot on. It's like you just want to be more the victim. Come on. Come on, phone. No, not want to be your victim. No, Linkin Park, you stupid bastard. Or more the victim. More the victim, that's it. Listed innocently to your injury, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, so you want to be more hurt than me. You want to say you're more the victim. You want to complain and pass the blame. You want to say you're more the victim. You want to be just another someone. Somebody angry, somebody broken. You want to be that than being all alone. If that is not exactly what is happening today, then I don't know what is. What a fantastic set of lyrics. What a fantastic set of lyrics, but no one takes any of these damn lessons to heart. Everyone just wants to rage and react. I say ironically as I ranted and raved about fucking Nocturne, but yes, from Linkin Park. It's one of their unreleased songs. Mike Shinoda went through and like reworked and recently released like a bunch of their unreleased songs that were gonna go on Meteora way back when, but never made it. And the lyrics are spot the hell on. I love every one of their songs that came out. But nobody takes any of this information like seriously. No one wants to learn. No one wants to acknowledge that they're wrong or it's always their ego. It's always their ego. Whoop. It just drives me nuts. There are so many of these comments that came through about like, you know, no, you're wrong because you said this, because you called it that, blah blah blah. And it's just like I don't care, because your ego is what's getting in the way. You don't care about actually trying to solve a problem. You don't care about trying to, you know, discuss possible solutions. Like people, there we go. Like people just do not care today, and no one takes or wants to explore and zero consideration. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely no one wants to do this shit. So when it's because everyone lives in their own little bubbles. No one wants to do anything at all that puts them outside of their comfort zone, and it shows. It absolutely shows. I didn't mean to cast that. What? Oh well, he's dead. Oh, that's where I was going. Yeah, I don't know, like, all these lessons and everything that exist in these stories, like, heroes are meant to be an inspiration. Heroes and their actions, everything they do, they're supposed to mean something. Richter running away like a bitch and then concluding something like, I don't know, I was just thinking about my friends and they're all going to die and I don't want them to die. And it's just like, okay, that's not a bad lesson, but you didn't earn it. So if you didn't earn it, then how the hell am I supposed to look at that lesson and think, ah, yeah, no, that makes sense? Like, how am I supposed to relate to that as the audience, you know? Just frustrating. Like, it's all so frustrating. Whoop, I overshot it, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay. Try to speed through. Fuck off. Whoop, overshot it again because I'm an idiot. I read a... Whoop, almost backed into it again. Oh, every sword counts? Oh, I should just farm him. Or not. I read a comment on another video saying that they love the changes and that they learn so much Black history from Nocturne. I had to reply, there are actual books and documentaries out there. Yes, because it's... You're not going to get the information from this that you think. It's like, sure, somebody might learn, like, oh, well, Saint-Domingue was a place, sure, but that doesn't mean that they're gonna learn fuck all about Saint-Domingue. Like, yeah, sure, there was a slave uprising. Great. What else? But that's it. You're not gonna get anything else. One of my favorite swords. I think the Prodigal Son vibes about Richter in SOTN are missed. It's part of what got my Castlevania fan series going. Oh, okay. Yeah. 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 No, it's there's so much more, even just through simple actions, that people miss, and they miss it a lot. Crash Course had some good videos on the Haitian Revolution. Cool. I'd want to check them out. I would want to check them out. Go Kickbot, win. Just a drive-by thumbs up. Oh, thank you very much, Matthew. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining. I don't know. I'm probably gonna cut it here in just a moment, actually. Just because it's getting late, and I did not intend on streaming for this long, but the conversations and everything have just been so good. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's just, like, if they wanted to do a genuine sort of... If they wanted to do something focused, like I said, like I said earlier, it's like if they wanted to go that like African route where like the vampires are trying to like get to Africa and the slave trade is failing and they don't want to lose their free supply of food or whatever, that would have been fine. And they could have shown, like, they could have had characters that traveled to Africa who were born into slavery, grew up hating the slave masters, which would have been justified, but then travel to Africa and they find out, like, oh shit, like, you sold my grandparents into slavery, and that's why I had to live that life, you know? Like, if they ended up in, like, the kingdom of Dahomey, which was one of the most villainous of the slave trade nations, and around this time when like France was getting ready to like shut them down the first time around, in preparation for the Franco-Dahomean War, that would have been fantastic. You know, show the good and the bad of everything across the board, and it would have been great. But they didn't do it, and it's just God, they could have made something actually decent from the crap that they went through, and they just didn't do it. I hate it. I hate it so much. I'm so sick of it. All right, the star of the show is white and wields a whip. Why tell a slave story? You know what's really ironic? I find it really funny that the white boy with a whip is the one that the black slave girl is falling in love with, and that the white boy with a whip was the one fighting the black vampire in the church. there's an irony about what everyone was complaining about with me and the video, but they totally missed like all of that context. I don't know, like, it's just really funny. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock here. I did not mean to stream this late, but yeah, everything was just really fun, and I appreciate everyone coming in and chatting. Thank you very much. So everyone who showed up, thank you very much. Adrian, Guts, Lauren, everybody, thank you very much for coming. I will try to see about maybe making this a weekly thing. I just don't know when I'm gonna start it just yet. I gotta get a few things, like, obviously chat on stream needs to actually work, because it's not. But yeah, I'll get around to everything at some point, and I'll see about working on it. But in the meantime, yeah, thank you all for showing. I will I'll see about maybe getting around to Resident Evil at some point. I will get around to that Jurassic Park review, hopefully by the end of this month, if everything continues to go well. And yeah, stay tuned for more discussion videos. Like I said, I'll probably complain about writers being children today, probably for this week. And then, yeah, we'll just keep going from there. So yeah, in the meantime, thank you all very much for coming out, and have a good night, everyone.